What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news, and before I jump into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Also, I want to wish everybody a late Happy Father's Day. Shout out to you guys. And as for highlights in this video, I'm going to go over the Air Jordan 3 OG Black Cement that is going to return holiday 2024, as well as the Air Jordan 3 Lucky Shorts that will drop in 2025. Now, there's a lot more from Jordan Brand, a handful of things from Nike, and one thing from ADIDAS. And now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. Alright, so I don't think I talked about the shoe in any of the previous videos, but recently official images popped up of the Bad Bunny Adidas Gazelle indoor known as San Juan. Now, a release is just around the corner, and this pair, being dubbed San Juan, is inspired by his birthplace. So going over the pair, it features shades of blue while constructed with leather, suede, and nubuck. We have like this lighter shade of blue on the base, which I'm a huge fan of, and then a little bit of a lighter shade hits the suede detailing. Then we have white on the three stripes, kind of like an off-white on the eye stays, and then more white on the tongue and liner. Adidas in San Juan is stamped onto the lateral side in gold. And then the heels feature the size tag. That's a look I'm not too big of a fan of, but maybe some of you guys are. Lastly, we have a semi-translucent gum midsole and rubber outsole. So for this shoe, they are scheduled to debut on June 23rd, and the retail price will be $140. In 2024, Nike is going to bring back multiple colorways of the Nike Air Max Thunder. Now, one of the colorways that will return is known as Canyon Gold. This is an original colorway, however, I believe the actual colorway is different, but the overall look is the same. And the shoes feature a Canyon Gold, Deep Ocean, Light Smoke Gray, Speed Yellow, and White color combination. So the shoes are constructed like the OG. The upper is made from neoprene and has a orange to yellow gradient. It also comes with a zipper shroud, which of course covers the laces. Next, we have nubuck across the mudguard, and then those plate-like overlays will be 3M reflective. The shoes also come with tongue and heel pull tabs, white on the midsole, and then we have black and gold on the rubber outsole. Now, back in the day, I remember these. A lot of people wore them. I like the shoe, and I like this colorway, so more than likely, I'm going to pick them up. Now, at the time of recording, unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, but fall 2024 is when they're expected to drop, and the retail price will be $180. Official images just popped up of the Union, Nike Field General, and Shimmer. Now, there is two colorways that are going to release, and I'm going to show photos of both. Now, for sure, so far, we know that the Shimmer pair will debut on the Sneakers app. However, the black pair, which will be the other pair that I feature, it isn't confirmed as of yet if they're going to drop on the Sneakers app. However, I have seen that raffles are starting to pop up at select retailers for both shoes. And to go over the colorway, the first one, which we've seen in the past, comes dressed in shimmer, silt red, particle beige, and dynamic pink. I believe LeBron James was recently spotted wearing this pair. Now, the second shoe features a black, dark base gray, off noir, and photo blue color combination. I actually like this one a bit better than the other, and both kind of resemble that of Union's Air Jordan 4 collaboration that released several years back. So both pairs feature various materials including nubuck, leather, suede, and mesh. A small Union/LA label will land on the lateral side in yellow, or it could be gold, something that's standard for Union collabs. Union branding will also be stamped onto the midsole. It appears that both pairs will feature some 3M reflective detailing, and then the swoosh logo will be cut out on the heels. Now, for those that don't know, the Field General was a football shoe that was originally released in 1982. Also, the pair will come with Union football hang tags and some unique packaging. So the packaging I'm actually a big fan of. It's basically like an old school locker with a little bit of graffiti throughout, and then on the inside of the lid it reads Union was here. So kind of a cool design. Now, as for the release date for the two, they are expected to drop on June 27th, and the retail price will be $120 each. This is a pair that I've talked about several months ago, maybe sooner than that, I'm not entirely sure, but it's the Nike Kobe 6 Protro Cell. Now, at the time when I talked about them, I showcased a mock-up of what they could look like. And that mock-up was based off of the pair that was seen during All-Star Weekend on the feet of Paul George and other NBA players. As well, Vanessa Bryant was spotted wearing the pair on Mamba Day. But now we have a first look. However, this first look is a sample. So the individual who has this pair or recently sold them, I'm not entirely sure, he gets a lot of sample Kobe releases. He goes by Spencer Souls 201. And I mean, he's got a lot of crazy stuff on his IG. But the pair pretty much matches up to what we've already seen. And the shoes feature a cell, black, light bone, white, and platinum violet color combination. Now from these photos, I'm pretty sure the platinum violet comes into play on the liner, which is very subtle. Prior to this, I wasn't entirely sure. I thought maybe you'll have an iridescent upper, which could reflect that shade, but that isn't going to be the case. Basically, the entire shoe comes in lighter shades, kind of like a cream hue. We have a little bit of white on the midsole and then black on the branding throughout. Now, these are nice, but for me, this isn't a must pick up, but they're dope. And as for a release date, they are expected to debut spring 2025, which means a release could take place between January and March of 2025, and the retail price will be $190. A couple months back, we saw a preview photo of the Nike Kobe 5 Protro X-Ray. Now, that image was just of the toe box and the outsole, but now we have a first look at the shoes, which is just the one photo, but it shows us the side and the heel. Now, the shoes are inspired by a Nike t-shirt he wore showcasing an X-ray of his broken hand and 5 championship rings. Now, the official colorway is deep royal blue, Baltic blue, and glacier blue. Now, as you can see, there's like this dark shade of blue that runs across the base, and then we have a mixture of lighter shades of blue on the swoosh and the skeleton hand that overlaps the toe and runs across the panels. Now, the overall shades mimic that of X-rays, and the overall look of the shoe reminds me of the Nike Air Force One skeleton. They released several colorways of that shoe for Halloween, and this pair could also be a Halloween release since the time frame that they're expected to debut, which is October 2024. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, and the retail price will be $190. Some of you might remember several weeks back I talked about an upcoming Nike Kobe 5 Protro that was dressed in university red. Well, it turns out that the shoe is actually known as Year of the Mamba, which will celebrate Chinese New Year and be part of Nike's Year of the Snake collection. So shown is a mock-up. However, from what I was told, this is an accurate mock-up of what's releasing, and in my opinion, these are dope. So the official colorway is University Red, Black, and Metallic Gold. And as you can see, red runs throughout, but the biggest highlight would be the snake that wraps the panels, and that's done in gold. We also have a little bit of gold on the toe and the heels, and the tongue branding. Now, by the color, it appears that there's going to be some snake scales, another nice addition to the shoes. And then we have black on the swoosh and running across the rubber outsole. These are definitely nice, at least in my opinion. Like always, let me know yours down below. Now, as for a specific release date, unfortunately, we don't have one, but spring 2025 is when they're expected to drop, which means the release could take place between January and March of 2025. Now, since it's a Year of the Snake shoe, or in this case, Year of the Mamba, more than likely they're going to release in January, potentially late January. There's a small chance they could drop in early February as well, and the retail price will be $190. Let me know your thoughts on this pair down below. Is this a cop or pass for you? All right, so I'm excited about this shoe. I don't know if many other people are, but this is our first look at the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Royal. So there's a lot of stuff I need to go over because there seems like there's some misunderstanding about the shoes. And first up, this pair is not exactly like the OG pair, but what Nike is trying to do is mimic that of the OG sample pair. Now, do you guys remember those advertisements from Nike? It basically had the phone number on the bottom and just like a side view of the shoe or a different angle of the shoe. Well, this pair is basically trying to resemble that. Now, it isn't 100% on point. In fact, even on the Sneakers Live when they showcased this shoe several months back, it's even different from that pair. Now, the biggest difference between the OG and even the pair that they showed off on the Sneakers Live is the outsole. So the outsole is supposed to be translucent. It's not supposed to have any tint to it, but here you can see it's clearly white. Now, I've been getting some messages on that. I can't 100% confirm if this is in fact what we're exactly going to get. Now, I know there are the official photos, but hear me out. There's been multiple times that Nike has shown official images of a shoe and then they're actually different. The images that they took for the officials could have been like a second sample version. So I'm still hoping that they could correct that. What I also found was interesting is that they changed the colorway and the style code on this pair. Originally they were being called International Blue, but now the official colorway is dark neon royal, black, clear, and white. Now, another thing that is different compared to the OG sample is the shade of blue used on the Foamposite shell. Now, it could be due to the lighting, so I'll give them a pass on that for now. But on this pair, it's a bit brighter. Now, do I like it? Yes, but it's not 100% on point. Now, what they did do right on the shoe is on the carbon fiber shank plate. It features a mixture of blue and black, and then the mini swoosh by the toe box, that is outlined in blue. Now, I actually think these are really dope. It's something different instead of bringing out another Royal Foamposite. Don't get me wrong, this is a classic colorway, it's an OG, but I like the fact that Nike was going to replicate that OG sample, although, you know, they kind of came up short, which seems like it's almost expected. I feel like Nike and Jordan Brand gives us almost what we want and then waits for another retro to give us something we want and then not add another element to the shoe that actually makes them like the OG. But of course, that's my opinion. I still plan on picking them up. I think they're dope. And we have a potential release date. So initially I heard August, but as of now, the new release date is September 13th, and the retail price will be $240. Let me know your thoughts on this pair down below if you plan on picking them up or passing. Most of you know that I'm a huge fan of the Air Jordan 14, and in one of my previous videos, not too long ago, somebody asked if there's any Air Jordan 14s that are expected to release in 2025. Now, although I can't 100% confirm it as of yet, I'm hearing some rumors that there are some additional colorways. However, one pair that I can confirm, which may not be for many people, is the Air Jordan 14 Golf Oxidized Green. Now, first I want to say that the image used is a mock-up. What releases may look different, however, the specific color scheme does point to the fact that it could resemble that of the OG Oxidized Green pair. Now, for those that don't know, the Oxidized Green is an OG colorway which first dropped in 1999, and then we saw a retro take place in 2016. So for the Golf iteration, the pair will come dressed in white, oxidized green, black, and glacier blue. So although glacier blue I don't believe was used on the OG pair, the Ferrari emblem does have like that hint of blue. Another thing is that the OG pair did not feature ribbing. It was just those clean leather panels. This is a mock-up again, so it's possible they could switch that up. But I kind of think that if they're going to do the OG oxidized green as a golf shoe, they'll probably keep the panels like the OG. Now, I 100% plan on picking these up. Do I golf? Nope, not at all. But you guys know how I am with the 14s. I gotta grab every pair, even if I don't like the colorway. Unfortunately, there's a couple pairs that I still need to go back and get from this year. I didn't pick them up yet. I don't know why. I know one pair is already sold out. I think the other one might be as well. But anyways, for this shoe, they are expected to debut spring 2025, which means a release will take place between January and March of 2025. Also, the retail price is unknown. Okay, first I want to say, I promise you guys I'm not trolling you guys. Yes, I'm going to talk about the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement later on in the video, but before I do that, I need to talk about the Air Jordan 3 TD black cement football cleats that are dropping in July. So this is a real thing. I know some people on Twitter thought it was fake, but yes, they are going to release. So the cleats will feature that of the Air Jordan 3 black cement, and they feature a black, fire red, cement gray, and white color combination. Now, I really hope that they do not take the elephant print from this pair and use it on the 2024 pair, the one that's dropping this holiday season. But if the OG pair wasn't going to release, I could see a lot of people buying these and then doing a sole swap and then wearing them like this. And as for the overall look, aside from the elephant print, it seems to match up as far as color placement and things like that. This pair will feature a Jumpman on the heel, not the Nike Air that we're going to see. And of course, the biggest difference would be the cleated outsole. So, as for a release date for this pair, unfortunately, we don't have one, but they are expected to debut in July, and the retail price is $200. Now, if I played football in a league or something like that, these would be a pickup. I think they're dope. But if anyone watches my videos who plays football, like in a league or semi-pro or whatever it may be, let me know down below if you would rock these. I know in the last video I talked about the Air Jordan 4 Paris Olympics. I showed off images of them being on feet in a few different angles. However, that shoe was in grade school sizes, and on Sunday, new photos came out of the adult pair. So this gives us a better look overall just because of the fact it has various angles. And the shoes come dressed in a smoke gray, iron gray, cement gray, and particle gray color combination. Now, like I said in the previous video, I'm unsure the inspiration behind the shoe. Yes, it's an Olympic shoe. It'll be connected to the Paris Olympics, but in what way? Basically, what we have here is an all gray shoe, which in my opinion is dope. But other than that, I don't see any true connection. Now, I'm sure Jordan Brand, when we get closer to the release, they'll let us know what the inspiration is. I gave an example, which I don't know if it's right or not, just my thoughts, that it could be inspired by stone buildings and things like that. Also, for the look, the shoes will feature a premium theme, which of course comes with a premium price tag. Now, what's different on these is instead of mesh netting, Jordan Brand will mimic the mesh, but it'll be cut out in the material. So that will land on the panels and run down the tongues. And then another nice touch I like is debossed branding on the tongue. Now, if you look at the eye stays as well as the back heel tab, it has some very faint speckled detailing. And that's kind of why I thought maybe this pair is inspired by like stone buildings and things like that. Again, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, these are the new photos. I'm a huge fan of the shoes. I think it's a cheaper alternative to buying the Cause Air Jordan 4 at this point in time. But if you own the Cause 4, shout out to you because that's an amazing shoe. Now, just to run down the release details, this pair will drop on July 27th. They will be available in adult sizing for $225, and then grade school sizes will cost $170. All right, so now we got to talk about the Air Jordan 3 that was once known as Hydrogen Blue. So the official name, or what Jordan Brand is calling them and stating that this shoe is inspired by, is Lucky Shorts. Now, Michael Jordan used to wear his University of North Carolina practice shorts beneath his professional uniform. That was his Lucky Shorts. That tradition began in college, where of course he led the UNC Tar Heels to an NCAA championship in 1982. He would go on to wear the Lucky Shorts when playing for the Chicago Bulls, and that is where the inspiration is here. Now, the image used is a mock-up. However, what I was told is we can expect something very similar to this to release. Now, the original mock-up was very close to the UNC Air Jordan 3, and from what's releasing, Jordan Brand is going to remove the elephant print and then add gray suede around the toe, heel, collar, and the eye stays. Now, I don't know the reasoning behind this, but if they added elephant print in just a lighter hue, it would mimic that of the Air Jordan 3 UNC, or not exactly mimic, but it'd be close. So that's the only real reason why I see them adding it. Now, I think the color blocking on this pair is actually pretty nice. However, I'm not a fan of when Jordan Brand removes the elephant print. I think that element makes the shoes nice. In very few cases, it has worked. For example, the A Ma Maniére Air Jordan 3, for some reason, that worked out really nice. It looked good, it doesn't look so bad. Now, the shoes will come with a Jumpman on the heel. It won't feature Nike Air branding, of course. And then we'll have minimal accents of blue on the eyelets, the Jumpman on the tongue, a cell-like hue on the midsole, and then a gray rubber outsole. So the official colorway on this pair is white, hydrogen blue, legend blue, photon dust, pure platinum, and cell. Now, as for the release details, this pair will drop on January 25th, 2025, and the retail price will be $200 in men's, $150 in grade school, $90 in preschool, and $75 in toddler sizing. Overall, I think the color blocking is nice. I feel that it probably would have been a lot better with elephant print, but then again, it would look kind of close to the UNC Air Jordan 3, so maybe that's the reason why they used it, trying to avoid that. But I wouldn't have mind. Even if they did look close, I probably still would have bought them. But these are solid. Let me know your thoughts down below. Potentially one of the best releases for holiday 2023 is the Air Jordan 3 OG Black Cement. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions about this shoe because I haven't talked about them in a while. And the reason for that is that there's no new information. All of the information I have covered on previous videos. However, a lot of IG pages, websites, Twitter accounts continue to reshare this as if there's some new information out, but there really isn't. Now, because I haven't talked about it in a while, I wanted to bring it up since I've been getting a lot of questions and go over what I know once again. So already, yes, the shoes are going to be released. Initially, they were supposed to be a reimagined version, which typically means that they're either going to feature different materials, an aged look, or something along those lines. However, Jordan Brand changed that up and it's going to be the OG version. Believe it or not, a lot of people still think that it's going to be a reimagined pair. So I just want to clarify that once again, it's going to be the OG. Now, the images used is not going to be the 2024 release. Some will be a mock-up, some will be the OG. Maybe I'll throw in some 1994 pics. Now, for those that don't know, the pair last released in 2018. However, for 2024, what the brand is going to try to do is make them closer to OG form. So it'll be closer to the original shape. It will feature Nike Air branding on the heel, insoles, and the outsoles. And when they did drop in 2018, I still believe Jordan Brand had that kind of funky Air Jordan 3 mold. The elephant print was too high and things like that. So this pair is promising as far as getting close to the OG pair. Now, as far as OG colorways, the first release was in 1988. We saw the first retro take place in 1994, a second retro in 2001, and then in 2008, Jordan Brand released what was called the Countdown series. They would package two shoes together to equal the number 23. So in this case, we had the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement packaged with the Air Jordan 20. We also saw the shoes return in 2011 and then last release in 2018. So other details, what I can say is this pair is expected to be a massive GR. So there's going to be tons of pairs available. It's not going to be a small release. It will be easier to obtain, but it's not going to be easy to obtain, if that makes sense. Basically, since this shoe is so hyped, that multiple people are going to be going after them, probably doubling up, maybe even tripling up. And then, of course, we have the resellers. They're going to go after their pairs. So websites like Finish Line, Foot Locker, DTLR, all the main chain websites will have them, including boutiques. One thing I will say, do not believe the numbers you see circulating around. I believe I've seen somewhere that there's going to be 2 to 3 million pairs. Don't believe that. That's just for clicks. That's for likes. One person starts something and then everyone jumps on board, unfortunately, and just spreads like wildfire. There will be a lot of pairs, no doubt, but these numbers, they're just incorrect at this stage. But we have somewhat of a new release date. I do believe I already covered it in a previous video, but if you don't know, the shoes will drop on November 23rd. They'll also be available in full family sizing. So we have men's priced at $220, grade school at $150, preschool at $90, and toddler sizes will cost $75. For me, this is a definite double up. So I love this shoe, and if they get the shape right, that's even better. I know I own the 2018, the 2011, and the Countdown pack pair. So since I didn't like the shape of the 2018, I didn't double up. But if they get it right on this one, yeah, I'm definitely grabbing two pairs. So let me know your thoughts down below. I'm sure most of you guys are going to go after them, but let me know if you are or not. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. One more thing, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Now, I believe on Friday I dropped a short, which was 5 Nike basketball shoes from the 1990s that need to return. If you haven't checked that out yet, I'll put a link in the description below. I thought it was kind of cool, something different. Something different from just the straight news. And one of those shoes in that video looks to be making a return in 2025. Now, I don't confirm it in that video, but I will in an upcoming video once I get the go-ahead. So be on the lookout for that. Now, as for upcoming videos this week, I am going to do a where to buy Nina Chanel Abney Air Jordan 3 video. It'll be a short. And I'm going to release a video a little bit different than my norm. It'll be on Thursday or Friday. It's going to be upcoming sneaker releases, but just something a little bit different. When you guys see it, you'll probably understand it, but I'm excited to get that out to you guys. Now for this video, let me know what you liked or disliked down in the comment section below. As well, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.